High tunnels and hoop houses should be highly customizable. So we're going to cover 12 different upgrade options that anyone can implement for their high tunnel or hoop house. Many of these are most easily implemented if you're watching this video before purchasing a structure, but many of these can also be implemented after the fact as a true upgrade or a retrofit to an existing structure. We're going to start with the most common upgrades first and work our way out from there. And make sure you stick around to the end of this video because some of these customization options provide some really unique ways you can upgrade your structure to protect it from heavy snows and winds. Now let's get into our list of 12 different high tunnel upgrade options. First is sidewall height. 4-foot sidewalls are considered an industry standard, but most Gothic style structures can have their sidewalls increased to 6-foot sides, or in some cases even 8-foot sidewalls. Upgrading the sidewall height is a relatively low cost way to drastically improve passive ventilation. This is a huge benefit if you live in a southern climate or somewhere where it gets hot during the summer. And higher sidewalls give snow a place to fall and increases the number of snowfalls that can occur before snow builds up to a point along the sides of the structure where it needs to be removed from the sides of the structure. With shorter sidewalls, snow may build up, and if it hasn't been removed from the sides, it could more quickly and dangerously build up beyond the bend of the structure, which is something that you'd like to prevent. At Tunnel Vision Hoops, all of our Gothic models can be purchased with 4-foot or 6-foot sidewalls, and for us, our 24-foot wide and 30-foot wide structures can even be upgraded to have 8-foot sidewalls. Number 2, the next most popular upgrade is probably making sure that the high tunnel comes with at least one large entrance opening. Here are the 3 most common ways this is done. First, someone will leave one end with just a person door, and then on the opposite end, they'll add a large entrance. Another way people often do this is someone will swap their personnel door out for a larger option. Sometimes they just need to fit a walk-behind tiller in the structure, so a simple upgrade to a slightly wider 4-foot wide personnel door is all that's needed. But sometimes this means changing the entrance type from a personnel door to something like a 4x8 double sliding door on one or both of the ends. The third way I often see people doing this is by someone will keep their personnel door on one end and they'll offset it to the far left or the far right so they can fit a large entrance opening on the same end centered on the structure. This setup can work well with economy entrances or steel roll-up doors. The benefit here is that the smaller door can be used in the coldest months of the year, but economy entrances and steel doors still offer the capacity to have larger openings than the double sliding doors, at least in most cases. For example, steel roll-up doors can be 10 foot wide or 10 foot tall, and the economy entrances can in some cases be as wide as 19 feet wide. Number 3, the third most common upgrade is improving the insulation by adding a second layer of inflated greenhouse plastic. While this popular add-on does require electricity, it is a relatively low-cost upgrade that improves insulation, and that can actually increase the lifespan of greenhouse plastic because the air pressure from the inflation prevents the 2 layers of plastic from flapping around in the wind. I should add that as an upgrade, a double layer inflated top cover is pretty easy to install. We actually have a detailed video showing how to go through the installation process for 2 layers, which I'll link to in the description. But as far as looking at different upgrades that have a high return on investment and that have a limited amount of additional stress for the installation process, double layer inflated plastic is one of them. If you want to learn more about the benefits of having an inflated top cover, we have a separate video on that, and I'll make sure I link to it in the description. Next, number 4 on the list, adding shade cloth as an add-on line item is very popular for people when they're purchasing high tunnels. This is specifically important for southern growers, but even growers in northern climates looking to grow tomatoes or cucumbers can benefit from shade cloth as these structures warm up drastically with the hotter summer temperatures.
It's 100 degrees in here, technically, according to this.
Outside of the practical benefits of shade cloth, one of the reasons adding shade cloth is so popular is that it doesn't really require any extreme modifications to the structure. Instead, the structure can be installed normally, and then after it has been built, shade cloth can be installed on the exterior of the top plastic covers and simply attached using rope and a handful of hardware. We also have a video on installing shade cloth, and I'll link to that in the description as well. Number 5 has to be one of the most impactful upgrades more and more people are making to their high tunnels and hoop houses, and that is automating their roll-up sides. Automated roll-up sides can be set up to roll up or down at specific temperature points via a control panel which acts as the system's thermostat. This means temperature ranges can be selected to have have your structure ventilate and close up even when you're not on site. This upgrade option has become a game changer for a lot of growers and is especially helpful for those whose structures aren't in the same place that they live, and also for those who are farming part-time and might not always be around their high tunnels during the majority of the day, and more specifically during the hottest part of the day. We've also found that our customers with multiple structures, let's say 4 or more high tunnels, absolutely need roll-up sides that are automated, because not having them would simply cost too much time each day where they could otherwise be spending their time in more productive ways. That's why automated roll-up sides have become super popular for high tunnels and hoop houses. Number 6 on our list actually works great when coupled with automated roll-up sides, and that is 8mm twin wall polycarbonate shin walls. Shin walls are a great way to slightly extend the height of your baseboards. This is helpful when trying to prevent cold spring airs from ripping across young plants. This additional backing behind your roll-up sides can also prevent the roll-up sides from just moving around more in the wind. I've found that shin walls are a particularly popular add-on for growers in northern climates as a way of insulating the full perimeter of their structure, as well as for customers of ours that have 8-foot sidewalls. Taller sidewalls mean more surface area of a roll-up side, so having an additional backing behind the bottom 2 feet of a roll-up side can be a great way to stabilize those roll-up sides when they're in the down position. Shin walls are also great for automated roll-up sides because sometimes it can be difficult to set your limit switches on the roll-up motor so it stops perfectly on the baseboard when it's in the down position. Shin walls provide a little bit of forgiveness when setting your limit switches. This means that even if you weren't perfect setting your downmost position with your limit switches on your auto roller motor, there will still be a tight seal behind the roll-up sides because your shin wall is a little bit taller than your standard baseboard. Number 7, another common upgrade having to do with ventilation is incorporating exhaust fans on one of the end walls and then having air intakes on the opposite end. Customers often start with just one exhaust fan in the peak to quickly remove the hottest air in the structure, but in some cases customers want enough exhaust power to ventilate 100% of the air volume one time every minute. Regardless of whether the fan is small or large, having an exhaust fan to help remove hot air is a great step toward regulating temperature. And when added to a structure in conjunction with shade cloth, these 2 environmental regulators can really reduce some of the pressures our plants experience in the hottest, sunniest days of the summer. Number 8 is upgrading end wall plastic to a stronger material. Some customers just want something that would be harder for a shovel to go through, like a 12mm woven plastic, while other customers want hard end walls that will last 10 to 20 years that comes with built-in insulation. In recent years, I would say that a higher percentage of customers are definitely starting off with 8mm twin wall polycarbonate, probably in large part because these end wall materials last longer, they can handle winds better, they're strong enough to survive being hit by debris, and they provide the added benefit of increased insulation. Because 8mm twin wall polycarbonate lasts between 10 and 20 years, there's a really good argument for a return on investment, not just because of the insulation factors, but also in the saved material costs and labor costs during periods where you have to change your top covers. Just imagine changing your top cover in 4 to 5 years and not having to do anything with your end walls at all. And since top covers need to change every 4 to 5 years, you might do that 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 times before you ever have to think about doing anything with your end walls. Once you start factoring in the saved labors from changing greenhouse plastic on end walls and the additional benefits from insulation, the higher initial cost for polycarbonate end walls doesn't seem all that bad. Number 9, HAF fans, or horizontal airflow fans. These are different than exhaust fans because they're not removing hot air from your structure. Instead, these fans are designed to circulate the air more evenly. These are great for long structures where you want to prevent dead air spaces and are highly recommended for people who are heating their structures because they have the ability to more evenly disperse heated air. That's why it's so common to see HAF fans in propagation houses and seed starting houses. These come in a variety of sizes, and the number of these that you would want in your structure would depend on the size of your structure, what you're growing in the structure, and also whether or not you're heating your structure. HAF fans are an extremely powerful way to better regulate a more healthy environment for your structure, and that's why these fans deserve to be on this list of high tunnel upgrades you might want to consider. Number 10, it is very common to add insect screen along the sides of a structure, behind the roll-up sides. This isn't necessarily an upgrade for everyone, since insect screen does reduce the airflow from the roll-up sides, and keep in mind that it also cuts down access pollinators have to the inside of your structure. But it has proven to be an effective way to reduce pest pressure from cucumber beetles and even aphids, depending on the type of screen used. Number 11 on our list first is something we make, and we offer this to customers in extremely snowy climates. This feature is called a side bend bow brace. This is a manufactured component that spans the bend on the left and the right of our structures, and while our structures are considered to be some of the strongest on the market, we do offer these additional braces so that customers in the snowiest climates can have a little bit more peace of mind with some real structural benefit. The 12th upgrade option is another option that adds a lot of strength, but also creates expansive options for trellising. We call these double trusses or lower trusses. These are trusses that span the full width of a structure or close to it. This is a bracing component we started to offer after taking one of our structures through the engineering process to meet wind and snow loads in a particularly snowy climate. What it resulted in was our structure with 8-foot sidewalls getting not one layer of truss rafters, but 2 layers of truss rafters. Here are some examples of double trusses that have been installed in our structures. We've had them set up in our 20-foot wide structure, as shown here, our 24-foot wide structure, and our 30-foot wide Gothic high tunnel. Yes, it results in a lower rafter, approximately 7 feet off the ground. But if you receive crazy quantities of snow during the year and want to have the strongest high tunnel package you can have, this add-on option is a great option. There are obviously other add-ons and upgrades customers can have with their structures. However, this list of 12 upgrade options to consider before purchasing a high tunnel provides a good starting point if you have a little room in your budget to build out the high tunnel you need for your operation. If you liked any of the upgrade options shown in this video, or you need a high tunnel, we manufacture high tunnels at Tunnel Vision Hoops, and we'd love to work with you. You can talk to us about the high tunnels we make and the upgrades we offer at the number here, or by visiting us at tunnelvisionhoops.com or this QR code. Thanks for watching.